actual fact, we have nothing to worry about. According to our research, the next emission will not occur for at least 2 months, 4 days, and 7 hours. Its intensity will be 3 on the Bergman scale, which is 2.13.
I must say, I have never seen any like that before. The encephalograph suggests serious damage to nervous system, but the other indicators wouldn't be better. It's astounding. Perhaps that's the initiation. Most certainly, although so far I'm unable to formulate any rational explanation for this abnormality. Camping out, I think, if we do something about around it. The problem is that for nothing in the fight time. So instead of losing ground, one will kill you. Tells me you're a pro. That's enough, Chacha. There's been another attack on our forces. It makes any difference. Some of the boys who say they are there right now. You still remember how to survive on his own? Great. Get over to Raider and he'll hit you up with some basic fitment. After that, head straight to the outpost. Once you're outside the base, listen to my advice. I'll try to guide you along. Raider, if Fighter is on his way to you, issue him all the equipment he'll need for the mission. Right. At last, this designed specifically for patrol missions.
the emission again. I'm not even that surprised. People who are not far from the power when things calm down a bit. You know, the dimple that was right. You defy scientific explanation. He believed that God had some unusual abilities to survive marvelous activity that literally air in sound practice. Also, something is increasing your body's performance in several areas to the point where our monitoring equipment goes off the scale. Don't get too excited. There's always a fly in the ointment. Every emission harms your destiny, and if this continues, you will die. A normal emission is the release of energy accumulated in the soul. It's discharged, if you will. But what's happening? It's hard to say. To answer that question, I would need to know what's in the center of the zone. Some say the monolith, others say the Vishgranter. The more unpretentious ones dream about fields of rare artifacts. I was at the power plant myself, a young specialist at the time, but I don't know what's there now. What I can say is that the Scorcher appeared for a reason. It prevents the center of the zone from being reached. People cannot go beyond the Brain Scorcher. I didn't think so until the large emission. Hell, nobody thought so. However, if you consider the emissions to be a defensive reaction, then the answer is obvious. Someone made it through the Scorcher, and the emission was the zone's response. And since the emissions haven't stopped, whoever it was must still be alive. The zone is trying to get them, and it's killing everything that's alive in the process. I know a lot about the zone, but I can't share everything with you. You'll just have to trust me on some things. A system, any system, needs to be in equilibrium. The zone is unstable right now, and this instability is increasing. If the constant emissions aren't stopped, the zone will become so unstable that a new disaster will occur. Which brings us to what Clear Sky is doing. We are trying to prevent that disaster. You're right, but we do know how to prevent a disaster and stop the emissions, and that means something. We have to find out who was in the center of the zone and stop them at any price. There's a strange connection between you and the zone. On the one hand, every new emission gradually kills you. On the other hand, you survive in situations where others don't stand a chance. My gut feeling tells me that your abilities, your gift, your curse, call it what you will, they mean you can get through places that others wouldn't even dream of. And at the moment, we need to act very quickly. I knew you'd ask that. The answer is simple. If the emissions aren't stopped, your nervous system will burn out and you'll die. Help us and you'll save yourself. Now this may sound like a line from a corny movie, but you really don't have a choice. Unfortunately, yes. So, will you help us? Then listen carefully. We have made use of all our contacts and connections in the zone. As a result, we know that a certain stalker at the Cordon was asking Sidorovich about some very strange components. That's all we have for the moment. But it's a lead. Through the swamps, of course, how else? But remember what I said. After the emission, a whole army of all kinds of scum turned up in the area. Now they control almost everything. We are under siege, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. So before we can help you get to the Cordon, we have to regain control of the swamps. And with your help, I think we should be able to do it.
Your main guide is the objective section. Your main objective is displayed here, together with a selected additional objective. There can be several additional objectives which you can cycle through using these buttons. Most objectives are also displayed on the map, with the exception of rare occasions when your objectives cannot be located. We will need your help with not only destroying the enemy, but also capturing key positions. In these situations, our fighters will be grateful if you provide covering fire as they capture a position. By the way, don't ignore calls for help. Our boys' lives could be at stake. Hovering over a mark on the map will display additional information. In addition to your objectives, friendly units and identified enemies will also be displayed.